If you're planning to buy your first home in 2026 and it's going to be a starter home at the lower end of the pricing spectrum, stick around because you're about to get a lot of useful information that will help you succeed in the market. Let's start with something that every first time buyer needs to know, and that is that price reductions by sellers have increased over the past couple of years. A price reduction happens when a seller comes onto the market at one price, but then later reduces that price, usually because of a lack of offers. Sellers of homes at the lower and mid tier are the most likely to adjust their asking price. This means lower priced homes, such as starter homes. Those sellers are more likely to drop their prices, especially when they've been on the market for a while. And that's based on an October 2025 Realtor.com report. This shows that in a lot of markets, home buyers have an advantage. We also need to talk about prices. This can vary depending on where you are located in the United States, but overall, home prices have been mostly flat over the past year. You can see this on the far right side of the chart. You'll also see where, toward the middle, home price appreciation in the U.S. accelerated. That was the pandemic effect when people started buying homes in greater numbers, driving up prices. You can see how prices peaked in 2022. They dipped a little bit after that, what we call a market correction, and they've just been mostly flat. Again, this can vary considerably depending on where you live, but for many cities across the country, prices are kind of flat, maybe slightly rising or gradually decreasing, so there's not a whole lot of dramatic activity there. This reduces some of the urgency buyers might feel in different conditions where prices are rising quickly. Buyers have more advantages right now in fall 2025 than they've had for a few years, and this will probably continue into 2026 as well. These buyer-friendly market trends include homes that are sitting on the market for longer periods of time. This makes sellers more inclined to negotiate because they've been staying on the market. They don't want to be on the market forever. It's kind of a hassle. So that's a big deal for first-time home buyers. Inventory levels have increased. This means there are more homes listed for sale today than there were a couple of years ago. This increases the chance of finding a starter home within your budget because there are more to choose from. We talked about home prices being flat or declining in a lot of markets. We also talked about sellers reducing their prices. All of these trends give buyers a bit of an advantage and increase the chance of finding the right home. But again, the big caveat here is that market conditions can vary widely by location. So you need to do some local research to find out what's happening in your area in terms of home prices, market activity, how long homes are sitting on the market. All of these, whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market, all of these things can vary from one city to the next. So you need to find out what's going on in your area. To illustrate this, we have two polar opposites here, basically. These snapshots here for Hartford, Connecticut, and Cape Coral, Florida, are based on data from fall 2025. And just look at the difference between them. Cape Coral and a lot of the Southeast are strong buyers markets where there's tons of homes on the market, but not enough buyers. And prices are dropping in those areas, sometimes by double digits over the past year alone. Places like Hartford, Connecticut, and a lot of the Northeast are really hot right now. People are flocking into those cities, snatching up homes. This has made it a strong seller's market where prices are rising steadily. Again, these trends are happening simultaneously, not at different times of the year. So it just shows you there's a big spectrum. You need to find out where you are on that spectrum because it's going to affect everything from your offer to your chance of ultimate success when buying a starter home. What's the next 12 months look like? What are we going to face in 2026? I would say short term, expect more of the same. The market is kind of cool right now. It kind of leans in the favor of buyers. Prices are are flat, or maybe it's just slightly rising in most of the country. That's probably going to continue for a while because we don't have any major market changes or events that are going to disrupt that. Longer term, eventually rates will be a little bit lower. We'll see more buyers come into the market, and some of that excess inventory will be absorbed. This will shift the market back toward neutral territory where buyers and sellers might have equal leverage in the market. If you found this helpful and you want to stay informed about market conditions, sign up for my newsletter. Okay, Housing Weekly is a great way to keep up with market trends. You're going to get unbiased, objective, fact-based information every week delivered straight to your inbox. So if you're about to enter the market and you want to stay informed while you're house hunting, sign up for the newsletter. You'll get straight information just like you found in this video. I'm not associated with any mortgage company or real estate company. I'm a publisher and a market analyst with 20 years of experience, and that's what you receive through my newsletter. You can sign up using the link in the video description below. I hope you found this video helpful, and I wish you well in your house hunting journey.